Hello everyone, welcome again to Maths Guide. This is lecture 3 of geometry, drawing and measuring angles using protractor. In this video, we are going to explore how to accurately measure angles using one of the most essential geometry tools, the protractor. Whether you are a student, a DIY enthusiast, or just curious about geometry, this guide will show you step by step how to use a protractor to measure angles quickly and correctly. Let's dive in and start mastering angle measurements. A protractor is a geometric tool used for measuring and drawing angles. It typically comes in the shape of half circle or a full circle and is marked with degrees. It is usually made up of transparent plastic, glass, steel, or wood. Before knowing how to use protractor, we must know different parts of protractor. It has a baseline. It is the flat bottom edge of the protractor, usually marked with a ruler for measuring straight lines. It has a center mark. It's a small hole or point at the center of the protractor straight edge, which is placed at the vertex of the angle being measured. The curved part of the protractor marked with 0 to 180 degrees and have both inner and outer scales, allowing you to measure angles in either direction. When two non-parallel rays join together at a single point, an angle is formed, and this point is called a vertex. A ray which is drawn initially and extended from the vertex is called an initial ray, and the second arm of an angle extended from the vertex again is called terminal ray. The space between these two arms is usually measured in degrees. And here we write the correct measurement of an angle. It's very important how to measure an angle with the help of protractor. Here it's very important how you place a protractor on your angle. The vertex of your angle and the central point of the protractor should be at same position. The baseline of the protractor and the initial ray of your angle must be aligned. If the initial ray is towards right side, we will read inner scale. And if the initial ray is toward left side, we will read outer scale. Here we will start reading inner scale. And looking at the terminal ray, we can easily conclude that this is an angle of 80 degrees. The unit to measure an angle is degree. And this is the symbol to mention the angle. Now let's start measuring these angles using protractor's inner scale. Placing the protractor correctly on the angle, we can easily conclude that this is an angle of 50 degrees. So we can say this angle ABC is 50 degrees. Moving on to the next angle, this angle shows exact 90 degree measurement. So this angle DEF is 90 degrees. And this angle JKL shows the measurement of 110 degrees. Now let's start measuring these angles using outer scale. But why outer scale this time? Because our initial ray is toward left side. If we place the protractor on it, we will start reading from the left side or outer scale of the protractor. And here this angle shows the measurements of 110 plus 5 more degrees. It means this angle AOB is 115 degrees. Similarly, the next angle shows the measurement of 75 degrees. So this angle is 75 degrees. After learning about how to measure an angle with the help of protractor, now we will learn about different types of an angle. First type of an angle is acute angle. All the angles between 0 degrees and 90 degrees are all acute angles. Whether 20 degrees, 35 degrees, 75 degrees or any angle less than 90 degrees are all acute angles. This yellow terminal rays shows the measurement of exact 90 degree. So this angle is called right angle. which have an exact measurement of 90 degrees, and all the angles which measure greater than 90 degrees are all obtuse angle. Greater than 90 degrees angle but less than 180 degree angles are called obtuse angle. And angles that start from 0 degree and complete its rotation towards 180 degree makes an angle of 180 degrees, which is shown with this red line, and this angle is called a straight angle. Now let's recall all these types of angles. An angle less than 90 degree is an acute angle. Exactly 90 degrees angle is right angle. Angles greater than 180 degrees are obtuse angles. An angle which is exactly 180 degree is called straight angle. And angles greater than 180 degrees are all reflex angles. Now let's identify the types of these angles. We can easily identify their type by looking at their rotation. This first angle is an obtuse angle, as it shows the measurement greater than 90 degree. The angles below are both right angles. These two angles are both acute angles because they show smaller rotations. It means their measurement is less than 90 degree. Next angle is again an obtuse angle. This is a straight angle because its measurement is from 0 degree to 180 degree. This 180 degree angle is a straight angle. Next angle is again an acute angle. Now let's measure the angles in these shapes. Remember, all squares and rectangles have right angles. Each angle of a square and rectangle is 90 degrees. To measure the angles of a triangle, we have to use protractor. We can easily measure the angles on the baseline of a triangle. But to measure an angle opposite to the baseline of a triangle, we have to align our protractor accordingly. Now this is an angle of approximately 75 or 76 degrees. Now let's learn how to draw angles with the help of protractor. Here the first angle which we have to draw is an angle XYZ, which is of 60 degrees. First step is to draw an initial ray with the help of ruler. Position the protractor so that its center point is exactly at one end of the line. Make sure the baseline aligns with the 0 degree mark on the protractor. Now locate the degree of an angle you want to draw. As we want to draw an angle of 60 degree and we are reading an inner scale of the protractor. Now remove the protractor and use a ruler to draw a line from the vertex to the mark you made. This is our required angle XYZ of 60 degrees. Similarly, with the same steps, we will draw angle of 120 degree. Then we will make another angle PQR, which is of 165 degrees, and an angle STR, which is 85 degrees. This is how we can draw angles with the help of protractor. Now let's revise all the key points of this video. We draw and measure angle with the help of protractor. A protractor has two scales, inner scale and outer scale. The scale that goes from left to right is outer scale, and the scale that goes from right to left is an inner scale. The points where two rays meet to form an angle is called vertex. An angle that measures 90 degree is right angle. An angle that measures less than 90 degree is an acute angle. And the angle that measures greater than 90 degree is an obtuse angle. A straight line is always 180 degree measurement. An angle greater than 180 degree is a reflex angle. I will explain how to draw and measure a reflex angle in another video as soon as possible. Stay tuned to my channel and please subscribe, like and share. My next lecture will be about 3D shapes.